Hiya, second video of the day, and some of you will remember that old adage that be wary or be careful of what you wish for. And for so many people right now, that's going to be a little bit too late. What's happened today? Well, Trump got inaugurated. Not a big deal, is it? Well, yeah, it kind of is. Why is it a big deal? Because the first presidency of Trump, he wasn't warmongering, he wasn't horrifically bad, he was very corrupt, he was very outspoken, he wasn't very fair to people, um, but he didn't get involved in wars. Oh, hang on though, now things have changed a bit, haven't they? Tonight, and I haven't seen it personally, but tonight it seems that Elon Musk, who is a big supporter of Trump and vice versa, gave a Nazi salute to Trump. That's very worrying. And why is that worrying? Well, Trump's also been talking about taking over Iceland. That could be seen as Poland in 1939, do you think? Or if that isn't, what about the Suez Canal and what he's saying about that? What about the closure of borders? What about the mass deportation of people that he sees as illegal or as criminal? Does that mean everybody that's got a conviction? No. That means everybody of any other colour or culture than Trump agrees with even the most basic criminal record, will be deported back to whichever country not only them, but their parents, grandparents, or even further back than that came from. And he started now to interfere in British politics. Certainly his matey boy, Mr. Musk, Mr. I'm going to conquer space. He has today not only outed himself as a Nazi, but he's also investing huge amounts into the Reform UK party. Now, why is that worrying? Well, that's worrying because it's already a right-wing party, but now it's a right-wing party being backed by a Nazi. And I'm not talking about a neo-Nazi, I'm talking about a full-fledged Nazi in the same way that Hitler, Goebbels, Himmler, all those people were. This guy makes Mussolini look like a nice guy. And you might not know who Mussolini is. Google it. Mussolini was a fascist dictator of Italy in the Second World War, and when his people ousted him, they hung him upside down from a lamppost with his penis in his mouth. We can only hope. So now he's getting involved in UK politics through Musk, and everyone will go, well, we're a nuclear state, they can't do anything to us. Well, we're not a nuclear state. We're not a nuclear country. We are not a nuclear power. We have American weapon systems in our submarines. American weapon systems that we cannot fire without the codes that we have to get directly from the American president. So all that money they've been spending on nuclear weapons since 1940s, all of that money has gone to waste. All of that money that could have changed the lives of every human being in Britain, at least, and maybe a lot of people abroad, wasted on a weapon that now our true enemy controls. Are we worried yet? I'm getting a bit worried by now. So, what does Nazism mean? Well, Nazism means that, oh, it's all right, it's only against the Jews, or it's only against the black people. No. And there's no only. All right, every human being is a human being. You can be as Aryan as you want to be, and that does not mean that people like Trump or even Hitler would have favoured you. They wouldn't. They wanted perfection. Are you perfect? I'm not. So what does it mean? Well, it means anybody that doesn't fit in with their ideas of the perfect culture, the perfect colour, the perfect ability. So if you've got a disability or you are chronically ill, then you're not fit for their future. If you've spoken out against them, if you have a religion they don't agree with, if you have a birth defect, if you have at some point even the wrong coloured eyes, remember, Aryans, blonde hair, blue eyes, then you are a target. You and all the people that you love are absolutely open game for these type of people. They're not interested in fairness. They're not interested in bringing back Britain as a great nation. They want Britain to be another state of America, one that they have invaded and they control. And that's what they're doing, and they're doing it with money. And people like Farage and his little conclave are happy to take all that money in the same way that Starmer has taken all the money from Israel and Mossad. These politicians, pseudo-politicians, they're all corrupt. They've not got your interests or my interests at heart. They don't care about us as human beings. They care about what they can gain from their terms in office, what they can set up for their future, what little boards of governors are going to be on, or directors, or whatever else. These are not people you'll meet down the pub and have a nice cool drink with, and you'll buy them a pint and they'll buy you a pint. You'll be the one buying the pints all the time. It's that simple. And if you don't fit into the plans of these vile creatures, then you'll be imprisoned. You will be treated with abject cruelty, or you'll be killed. History repeats itself. And sadly, given the fact we've got all this amazing technology now, that everybody can research the past, we've got too many people that don't bother doing that and just spout out absolute tosh fed to them by people that are groomed by sociopaths like Trump and all the people he employs. Most of us wouldn't get a job with Trump even if we agreed with him. And why? Because we have not got the qualities he's looking for. What he's looking for is somebody that believes themselves to be superior over everybody else, that believe themselves to be right when society's wrong. Because that's what Trump sees himself as. He is the centre of his own universe. Musk is the centre of his own universe. And all the Muppets like Robinson and Farage and, well, we've all got the same list, haven't we? all of them, to some degree, of the same ilk. Why do they believe that somebody that's white is better than somebody that isn't white? What's skin? To me, skin is the stuff that holds the blood inside. It's nothing more than that. But to them, it defines everything about you. So we're now in a really dangerous situation. We're in a dangerous situation because now we've got Trump, or Daffy Fart. We've got him basically creating a standoff against China, against Russia, against the EU, against all the non-EU countries, against the Commonwealth countries that have signed up to be part of the British Protectorate. And he stood up against all of them, and he's threatening each and every one of them. And by doing that, he's threatening world peace. And when we look at it, India and Pakistan have got more of a chance of standing up against America than we have. Why? Because they are nuclear states. They have their own weapons. We don't. We are the little mouse that's roaring and roaring and roaring. And sadly, our politicians and the people that support them have brought it to our door. We should have stood against Trump from the very outset as a nation. We should have imposed sanctions when he first got into power, not now. He set everything up. He's got everything covered now. We didn't do anything about it. So where do we go from here? I ain't got a clue. What can we do? We haven't got a prime minister or government we can trust in the UK. We never have had. Don't people start going, oh, we should have a Tory government. No, we shouldn't. They are even worse. Although they are quite open about who they are, unlike Starmer. And we don't want an extremist government, because that's what America have now got. We need human beings with empathy, understanding, and a bit of this. That's what we need as government, if we choose to have a government even in the UK. But I don't think now we've got any options left. I think now I'll be waiting for that knock on my door, whether it's this year, next year, the year after. They've got 4 years to sort it all out, haven't they? But I'm sure I'll get one. And sadly, a lot of my friends on Facebook and on social media will have the same knock on their door, because they don't want to stand by and let this happen. We should have stood up against Israel when they started the genocide on the Palestinian people. We didn't do that. We had a government that went, oh, well, they've been paying for our holidays, they've been paying us this, they've been doing that. We'll leave them be. And that's given a clear message to the Nazis in this world that it's okay. I'll get probably 10 people watching this video, if I'm lucky. And that frustrates me, because I want people to hear it. I want people to see exactly what's happening. I want people to be scared, because it's only by people being scared, understanding, and then thinking, no, we're not going to let this carry on, that we can bring about any change. And it's now anybody's guess whether we could ever do that. Anyway, I'm sorry if my words are unsettling to you. I'm sorry if you're bored. I'm sorry if you believe something completely different. That's up to you. That's your choice. But just remember, it is a choice. Choice we may not have very, very, very soon. Take care.